What's good? It's your boy Ty Money, and today I'm gonna talk about what Phil Spencer said about porting exclusives to other consoles, particularly PlayStation and Nintendo. Now you must understand the agenda what Microsoft is on. When they said when everybody plays, we all win, that includes I'm not an Xbox, but it includes PlayStation and Nintendo. As you can see, pure Xbox tag, PS5, and Nintendo Switch on this blog post right here. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna read this blog post, but I'm not gonna read the comments. Because when you read the comments, you start losing brain cells when it comes to the console war bullshit. To me, I'm an Xbox only fan. What that means is I only use Xbox hardware when it comes to using Xbox software. You must understand why people want to hate on Xbox so much. We are the Jews of the gaming community. PlayStations are the Muslims of the gaming community, and Nintendo are the Christians of the gaming community. When it comes to PlayStation and Xbox, we are the most two hated gaming console brands besides Nintendo. Even though Nintendo can be hated, but we gotta respect Nintendo because they are the Christians of the gaming community. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox, it's just like Jews versus Muslims in Israel. You know what I'm saying? Like Palestine versus Israel, I mean. So what's going on with Israel and Palestine, same thing what's going on with PlayStation and Xbox, particularly when you read the comments on YouTube, on Reddit, and all these other places. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to read this blog post, and I'm going to I already gave my first 2 cents, but I'm going to give it full detail. So let's read this. Phil Spencer's on point exclusive. Every decision we make is to make Xbox stronger. It doesn't mean everyone's going to agree. Now, people on Twitter that are pro Xbox don't know, they are scratching their heads, but let's read this. The 2024 edition of GDC had just taken place, and Xbox boss Phil Spencer has been present at the conference to talk all things gaming as usual. His presence has led to an in-depth chat with outlet Polygon, where the boss spoke about the future of Xbox and its exclusive strategy. As we all now know, Microsoft has opened the door for Xbox exclusives to move over to other console platforms, with 4 titles already confirmed to be making the switch at various stages this year. While the move has brought its fair share of scrutiny, Phil sincerely believes that it's the right move for Xbox future. Now, here's what he means by that. He's talking about the Xbox console. The thing is, you gotta understand how Xbox was first invested. They used Windows when they first published Windows. You gotta watch that documentary. You know what I'm saying? Like, they used Windows money that they got from Windows to invest in Xbox. What this means is, with the games ported to other consoles, for people who want to support support these devs, and then their hard work of creating these games, they want to buy these games. When it comes to Xbox, you gotta understand that Xbox console is a Game Pass console, nothing more than a Game Pass console. What I mean is, Xbox is only meant to play Game Pass games. Now, when it comes to owning games, you can do that too, but in reality, though, it's meant for Game Pass. Game Pass is not coming to Nintendo, and Game Pass is not coming to PlayStation. If it was, then it would stop making Xbox consoles, and Sarah Bonds will lose her job as president of hardware. So Game Pass is going to stay on the Xbox console, like what Matt Booty said in that update show. I think it was last month or after last month. But when it really come down to it, you must understand that the things that they're doing, if people want to buy these games and help and support these developers and stuff and bring money into their Microsoft pockets and these devs, that money would go towards Game Pass and the Game Pass. I mean, not Game Pass, but also the Xbox console. Like, people are just like, I don't know, man, but let's read this more. I would say every decision we make today and tomorrow is for the better of Xbox. I know sometimes things get weaponized, that there's some evil in the background that making us do things. Phil hate exclusives, and that's why we're like PlayStation and Switch now. Every decision we make is to make Xbox stronger in the long run. It doesn't mean everyone's going to agree with every decision we make, but it's a fundamental for how we make decisions. Clearly, Team Green wants to open up the Xbox platform in a lot of different ways. This very same chat brought discussions about Microsoft wanting other storefronts to appear on Xbox consoles. Another way to make its gaming platform a more open experience for all. Nothing is confirmed in that regards. But adding other digital stores is something that Phil would be open to. For now, Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment are available on other platforms, while Grounded and Sea of Thieves makes the move away from being Xbox exclusive in April 2024. That's it. So Phil Spencer is basically trying to say that, just how Xbox was first created, they used Windows money to develop Xbox. You gotta understand, PlayStation, Sony were the main ones that brought Microsoft into the picture. They forced Microsoft to join the gaming industry. You gotta understand, when Sega gave up creating consoles, PlayStation need competition. Nintendo cannot be the only competition. You know what I'm saying? But PlayStation need competition. You know what I'm saying? Because when they saw Microsoft, because here's the thing, people got to use Windows. People got to use Windows to create games, and Windows is owned by Microsoft. So it was right for Sony to put Microsoft on blast by saying PlayStation is the new PC in the living room. You know what I'm saying? But Sony is begging Microsoft to stay in the console gaming business as long as they can. I mean, we're not in the future yet where things can be wireless, where that are wireless are very perfect while streaming it. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not in the wireless future yet. You know what I'm saying? Like things like the neighborhood in like the houses in my neighborhood are becoming smart houses. But other than that, we're not in the age where things are when the wireless connection is fully enhanced or fully perfect. I mean, it's already perfect and right now, but I'm not talking about. We're not in the complete fourth industrial revolution of the wireless or AI technology at its full peak right now. You know what I'm saying? Whole nine yards. That's why when it comes to the metaverse, the reason why they're not talking about the metaverse right now, because it's taking 5 to 10 years to fully develop it, and they already developed it. Look at Baldur's Gate 3. It was created by NVIDIA software. NVIDIA software is connected to Omniverse, where Omniverse is being created. Don't be surprised if Baldur's Gate 3 and all the Dungeons and Dragon worlds are being added to Omniverse as a virtual world where people can go to. Like I already created my spirit guides, and when it comes to my wife and Nana and my 2 kids that I created in Baldur's Gate 3, you can find that video on my Fantasyland playlist on my homepage on my channel. If you click on my profile picture, look for that video where I go through the lore of my wife and my 2 kids. They are tieflings, and I go through the lore of that. Now, just imagine if Omniverse added them type of worlds into Omniverse. So basically what I'm trying to say is that also I want to say this. There's a lot of developers that don't want to put their games on Xbox because there's no point of putting, because the thing is that when it comes to console wars and stuff like that, even these game developers that are part of these consoles teams, they're like, no, we're not putting our games on Xbox because now they're putting their games on every console, and people in Twitter and in YouTube, everywhere where you can comment, even at Reddit, people are already like, I'm getting notifications from eBay that people is putting their Xbox up for sale, people putting up the controllers for sale. Like people are really selling their Xbox because they believe in this console war bullcrap. But Phil Spencer is looking at the Gen X and the Gen Z. The Gen X and the Gen Z don't care about the console war bullcrap. People of my generation are the ones that cares about this console war bullcrap. But for me, I'm with the Gen Z and the Gen X when it comes to just having to prefer a platform you want to play on. For me, I've been an Xbox fanboy since the original Xbox. When the original Xbox came out, something told me, my conscience told me that you should stick with this console now and just don't deal with PlayStation or Nintendo no more. You know what I'm saying? Hold not yours. So what I'm trying to say is that Phil Spencer's trying to say is that with the software that they're selling will help them keep creating the Xbox console. But we're not at the age, probably in 2030 or 2040, but definitely 2050, that wireless connection is going to be strong and there's going to be no more consoles no more. You know what I'm saying? People is going to play basically PlayStation is going to be an app and Xbox is going to be an app and Nintendo's going to be an app. Basically, all of them is going to be apps from now on. You know what I'm saying? You can still own and purchase games from there, but it's going to be an app. But for right now, the Xbox console is a Game Pass console. It's only meant for you to play Game Pass games on Xbox consoles. That was only meant for. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why they're all about the green. Everything is green on this blog post. So on that yards. But I know you're wondering, but what about the game developers that don't want to put the games on Xbox? Like, I'm glad, like Larry and the ones that the people, the guys that have created Baldur's Gate 3, I'm glad that they put it on Xbox. I mean, I got a Series S, but I'm glad they put it. No, they're not in good terms with Phil Spencer due to them going back and forth over this Series S. But I'm glad they still put it on Xbox because they know there are true gamers on Xbox that only play Xbox. There's not, PlayStation is being sold multiple times. Those are people who just like to collect PlayStation. Those who like to also scrapers or people scavengers. We call people who like to sell PlayStation and put it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, but those who buy PlayStations, they resell them. You know what I'm saying, and put in a higher price and have people pay a higher price for it. You know what I'm saying? So when people buy PlayStations, they resell that. You know what I'm saying? Whole 9 yards. It's all about the games, and really, Xbox games are selling more than PlayStation games. But that's one thing. But you gotta understand, we got Activision Blizzard, we got ZeniMax, we got many other small studios. Xbox really don't care if the other developers don't want to put their games on the Xbox, because Xbox owns a gang of studios. Like Activision Blizzard, that's a done deal. Like we don't care if you put our games on Xbox. We got a gang of studios that we own that's gonna be on the Game Pass, and people still gonna play Xbox because of Game Pass, whole 9 yards. So it really doesn't matter if the game developers don't want to put their games on Xbox, because we all like, even though we got ZeniMax, but Activision Blizzard, that's a done deal right there. Like we don't need nobody else but them guys. And that's all I gotta say. This is your boy Tab, man. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So Phil Spencer said he's talking about the console. He's not talking about, but it's gonna come to a point where we is gonna go wireless, and to the point where we don't need consoles, but we're not nowhere near that age yet due to how slow technology is in its development. But other than that, this your boy Tab, man. I'm out. Peace.